So, and me, I'm a girl. I love to be chased.
Both of us are not on the best of terms. A lot of tension. But it was when we came out.
This particular season of Big Brother is out to ruin friendships and family relationships, because why in the hell is Chine and Nne not even in talking terms? To the point where their family cannot even resolve it. Yo, this one is just really weird.
To be in everybody's business.
So it's not that she said it.
No.
I know if you follow this girl, they talk. If I had thought it talk now, you should let me laugh.
Tonight, I'm not gonna lie, the Gbasgbos was not a lot, but I love the revelation that we, experienced in this particular episode. So let's just talk about it. When the show started out, Ebuka played a clip, and it was basically the clip about Chinwe and Chisoba's fight. According to Chinwe, she was trying to help them, recover whatever was missing, and Chisoba mistook it for her being the one that took it, and she wasn't having it. Like, why were you accusing me? I just was helping. And Chisoba was like, I don't remember that happening that way. What I remember was that Chinwe was rude to me, and I didn't like that. So I just really wanted to clear the air that stop being rude to me. You didn't have to do that. And Chisoba said she doesn't even really remember clearly what had happened. And Chinwe was further buttressing her point by saying that that week she wanted to be head of house, so she wasn't even about to go around quarreling with people. And that's that Nne just jumped in. So so that week you wanted to be head of house. That week you wanted to be head of house. Say it now. So you're admitting it now, but you were saying you didn't want to be head of house. That was that Chinwe just said, see you, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to answer you. I don't want to waste my time with you. Nne was not having it. In their mouth, strong Lareti and no. Nne was like, she didn't like us. The energy I was getting, it was so obvious that she wanted to be head of house, and that was how Chinne now entered. Oh, you will never be the head of house. You will not sit down on that chair. That chair, you will never sit on it. That's in your life. She said, okay, now that you're head of house, ma. Oh yeah, now what do you want to do with the head of house? Anywho, when Ine was speaking, she now said Chinwe didn't like them, and she was just wondering why. But seeing that she's agreeing now that she wanted to be head of house, she understands now, because she's now saying she didn't even know if it was just them or Chinwe just didn't like anybody. Like, what does she even like, Seth? That was how somebody said she likes Zion. That was quite funny.
Now they're unhappy because it wasn't entertaining, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't anything like that.
After this, they played a clip where the Mbadwe twins and Handi and Wani were having that whole alcoholic drink. Oh no, lose God, why are you drinking? Stop drinking, all those kind of conversations. And when they came back, Ebuka asked Femi that, does he think that people were afraid of the Mbadwe twins in the house? And Femi said yes, that they positioned themselves in such a way that people were going to respect them or fear them, that he didn't know what was going on around the house, but that was what it was looking like. And he asked Handi that, Handi, what was that dynamic like? Were you afraid of them? Do you think that the case would have been different if it was somebody else telling you that type of thing, like, oh, don't drink, or what you're drinking, no, lose guard? And Handi was like, no, we're not afraid. That's how Wani said, like, we don't fear nobody, like, no, we don't. Wani and Handi will remain Wani and Handi, undefeated. They just further said that they were not afraid of him, that it was Big Brother's house. They were going to drink if they wanted to. They were going to do whatever they wanted to do. Said that Ebuka now asked OC that, okay, OC, did you people intentionally position yourself for people to be afraid of you or something like that? Also said it's not him and his twin brother's fault, that people just respected them, that they came in the house and they were themselves 100%. Yes, they walked and moved a certain way because, oh, this is the type of people that they are. And if that translated to respect from the housemates, then it wasn't deliberate that for them to just want people to be afraid of them. After this, Ebuka went ahead to ask Nne, what's up with you and your auntie? And Nne goes ahead to say she and her auntie, they are not in the best of terms. Apparently they are not in good terms, and she says she doesn't want to go in depth and speak about all the things that caused their fight or their misunderstanding, because they are family and she respects that and she's putting that first. So she's not going to say and speak much about it, but she feels like everything started off in the house, the energy, everything was off, and then everything started playing out when they came out of the house. When they asked Chinne said, oh yes, that she agrees that yes, things, tension and all those things started in the house. However, she's not going to lie, she felt like she's going to take all the blame, because at this point now she wants to take all the blame. Ebuka said, okay, have you told Nne that you're taking all the blame before now? Nne said no, she has not told her before. So Ebuka is like, why are you now agreeing to take the blame here and Why have you not been able to resolve this issue? And why didn't you have that conversation with her in the house? Because she kept saying that, oh, she felt disrespected, that Nne was disrespecting her. And Ebuka said, why didn't you have that conversation with her in the house? And she said, oh, because even when she tried to have the conversation, Nne will be telling her that I'm an alpha female, you can't shut me down, you can't shoot me down. And Chino said, okay, alpha female, me I be Sha Z. I'll be Z female, and I just feel like this whole situation, I saw this tension happening in the house a lot. Chine really expected that Nne was going to respect her so much, because first of all, she had said it multiple times that it was her idea for them to come into the Big Brother house. Like, this was not even in Nne's head at all. So the fact that I am the one that has watched this show multiple times, I am the one that brought the idea for us to come into the house. So it is only fair and normal for you to probably listen to me when I'm bringing suggestions, telling you things that will make us move forward in the game. And based off the fact that she wasn't getting that type of vibe from Nne, and Nne will want to stand alone, bring opinions, even want to stick and stand by her own opinions, and the fact that Nne was also relating more with other people in the house, I feel like that got to Chinne. That's my own thinking, that got to Chinne, and Chinne sort of got jealous or envious of her niece, and that's how everything started playing out. And when she came out of the house, it just got worse, because a lot of people kept talking about Nne the first class, Nne the intelligent girl, Nne the brave girl, Nne the this, but the Chinne now, she didn't shine so much. So I feel like that really got to her, and that's why they just couldn't resolve things. And it's crazy because Nne said even their family have not been able to resolve this whole thing. So it's not even here that they will not come and start talking about anything that it can be resolved. After this, they played the clip of Toby, Forge, and Mayor having a conversation about the energy of Suj and how they should just, move past trying to be friends with him and all that. And when they came back, Ebuka spoke with Toby Forge and he asked him what was that for. And Toby Forge just went straight to the point. He said when they came into the house, they tried to, relate with Suj, but they just couldn't penetrate. Like, they would speak to him, oh, how far? It felt like he wasn't welcoming and all that. And he didn't say anything at first, but when Mayor came and said the same thing, he just said, okay, this is the vibe we're getting, and let's just rest. And that was what it was about. And they asked Suj, what was there? Do you think that anything was going on? Suj said, to be honest, he didn't think anything. That's just him. Maybe they didn't understand each other. He didn't have any problem with them, no beef at all. And Mayor went ahead to say that in actual sense, what had happened was that there was no bad blood or anything. It just felt like him and his partner were not giving him the vibe that they wanted. And, it just happened the way it did. Ebuka now asked that, does he think that, liking Nelly had anything to do with it? He said he doesn't think so, because even from the beginning, before him and Nelly, whatever, there was already that energy. So when him and Nelly, whatever, started, it just also, there was no need to now be doing as if there was a new beef. They just continued. And Tofa said he was surprised about the fact that they felt that way. But him hearing everything now, it just goes to show that the reason why they were wearing really close was because they had that energy from his partner Suj. After this, they played the clip of Mayor and Nelly when they had their romance. Oh, you have done everything you asked me to do and I went to sleep. And Nelly was like, no, you went to sleep later because you were doing something for Ruthie. And they showed several times where they were flirting with each other, speaking about just romantic things. And after that clip, Ebuka asked Nelly, like, Nelly, what was going on there? Because it looks like there was something more. Are you going to say that you giving him that type of attention and green light also made him feel some type of way? And Nelly was like, well, she's a girl, she likes being chased, and when he was chasing her, he got distracted by Ruthie, so she went for the best. Mama, what be the best? Suj then be the best, but Suj get packaging. I don't go lie. Anything with concise tease and composure, leave her for Suj. Anyway, so she said that, and Mayor was just speaking about the fact that Nelly said she wasn't available anymore and all what's not. He moved on. He didn't have anything against her. They are friends. They stayed friends in the house, and it is what it is. That was how it happened. After this, to wrap up the night, they played a clip about the Parrot revealing things in the house, where Kassia was telling Victoria that, Onyeka was actually using Wani and Handy as clouds because they have large following outside the house. So Kassia now went ahead to explain that what had happened was because she and Onyeka had a conversation that made Onyeka say that she believes and thinks that Wani and Handy, they have a large following outside the house. They just had that conversation randomly. And then another day, when she started seeing how Onyeka was moving, Onyeka told her that she was moving around everybody because that's her strategy. Kassia said she was the one that put two and two together. That's, she insinuated that she going around people using that as strategy, and she knowing that Wani and Handy actually have a large following outside the house, then she was probably using them as her own strategy as well. So she said it was an assumption that she put together because of the conversations that she has had with Onyeka. Ebuka now asked Wani that, okay, now that she has heard this, that it was just an insinuation, what does she think? That at the time, did she believe Kassia? She said, not really, because truly, I remember that time when she heard everything, Wani still did not stop her friendship with Onyeka. They were still cool. It didn't cause any fights. Nobody blew up or blew things out of proportion and all what's not. So Wani just said, no, she didn't think she didn't think so much of it. And then they now went to Victoria. Victoria was just talking about the fact that she was there. It wasn't her that said anything, but Onyeka managed to turn the fight to her fight. And Onyeka was like, no, your friend was the one that called you into it, and then you spoke and I answered you, because every other person was talking and doing their thing, and you decided to be the one to be the revealer of the person that said something. And Victoria said, see, my own is that I was sitting with Ozzy. You kept saying, oh, they're not gonna go call their friends out. They're not gonna go call their friends out. And you saying that repeatedly. I wanted to walk away before Kassia called me in. So don't make it sound like, oh, you didn't do anything to me, or you didn't say anything first. It was when I came that you now spoke. My dear, they just kept going back and forth. And to be honest, that was how this night wrapped up. So please, you tell me who you think is at fault. And do you think that Kassia lied deliberately, or the point that she made is valid, that she insinuated it and that was how it happened? Just tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. Okay, if you've come this far, you're the real MVP. Thank you, and until next time, I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye bye.